If you're a teenager in your 20s trying to build something real, everyone around you is about to tell you the wrong thing. Now, they're going to ask you to chase virality, look the part, skip straight to the top, and you're going to be a millionaire, everyone's going to be really happy.
What the hell are you talking about?
And that's exactly why most young founders burn out before they've even made a single real sale. Now, I know that because I was that person. Starting a small group, I was getting lost down the rabbit hole of YouTube, listening to every guru out there who's going to tell me how to grow my business. And I listened to one YouTube video versus the next, and they were both saying completely the opposite things, and I was just getting lost. Don't get lost. Let me give you 7 principles today in this quick video for actually building something as a young founder, right? Late teens, early 20s, not the highlight reel stuff either, by the way. It's the stuff not the stuff you see online. This is the actual groundwork that decides whether you're still standing in 5 years or whether you're just another one of those stats where you got lost into another YouTube video. Now, before I built anything on my own, I spent years in the military, 13 years in the military. And the first thing that you learn there has got nothing to do with strategy or leadership. It's rank. You do what you're told by people who've earned the right to tell you that. And you don't get to say anything about it because you think just because you think you're smart, you're in a hurry. The rank tells you what to do and you just do it. Now, I hated it at first, I've got to be honest, I don't like being told what to do, but it felt like a massive waste of time to me, following instructions from people who weren't necessarily more capable than me, but they were more senior, they'd served for longer. But here's what actually I started to learn as I started to go through that process. It taught me discipline. Before it ever taught me anything about business, everyone wants to skip to being the captain.
Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
Nobody wants to be the one carrying the kit bags at the end of training or shining boots. But the people who actually build something that lasts that lasts forever, basically, they're the ones that are following the boring, unglamorous rules, and they're the ones that are still there after 5 years. Now, if you skip the unglamorous, boring bit and you try to jump straight to the top because you saw someone your age doing it online, also a lot of bullshit half the time, you're the one that's worried that you're not being ambitious, you're building nothing. The first proper setback is the one that's going to just drown you straight away. So get the foundations in place. Now, these are the foundations I use to grow Small Group, by the way. We deploy meeting room technology solutions right the way across the globe. This has allowed me the ability to get invited to speak at events like the NatWest Accelerator event, get nominated for awards like the Great British Entrepreneur Awards. So what I'm saying here works. So 7 things, listen in, and I'll talk to you exactly about how we go through each step sequentially. 7 principles, and I'm going to be straight with you because I like being straight. None of them are exciting, but they work. You're not going to find any of this stuff on Instagram because they're not exciting, but they work. Number 1, pay your dues before you lead, right? Whatever you're building, spend real time doing the unglamorous parts of it for yourself. Before you try to hire, manage, or scale anything, you cannot lead people through work that you've never actually done. Do the work first, then start leading people because you know what the pains are. Number 2, look like someone worth taking seriously. Fair or not, people discount you for your age because even before you say a word, right? Don't hand them any other reason.
What I'm trying to say is, you're just a kid.
Dress, carry yourself like someone a little bit older than what you are, especially in meetings that matter, right? Because it costs you nothing and it buys you credibility because you're not going to earn it on paper. You haven't got the paper there to earn it. 3rd thing, find something that humbles you on purpose, right? Businesses will do this to you eventually, whether you like it or not. A client walks, a hire quits, a deal falls through. Better to have something in your life that's already doing that before any of the business starts throwing it back at you the hard way, right? Sport, training, anything that regularly proves that you're not as good as your ego thinks you are, that's a good thing to have in your life.
Bitch, be humble. Hold up, bitch, sit down.
4th thing then, protect your focus fearlessly, right? Without exception. These early days are the ones that you get back, you get back the least, basically. Distractions that feel harmless now, constant scrolling, social media, calendar stuff, the stuff that eats into your evenings for nothing. That's the time that you're not getting back later. Now, at this stage, it's really important that you fiercely protect that time. Number 5 is keep your circle small, right? Let your reputation do all of the rest. You don't need a huge friend group to succeed. You need a handful of people that you actually trust with something that matters, and a wider reputation built on being reliable, right? Not on being liked by every person in the room. Keep your circle small. Number 6 is expect to be tested, not congratulated. Making your first bit of real money young feels like the finish line. It isn't. You're a young person. It's the point where you find out whether you can hold on to it, grow it under real pressure, and not just get lucky once and then post about it on Instagram. 7th thing then, push money away from yourself, right? Not towards flashy stuff, right? Whatever you make early, reinvest it. Don't spend it trying to prove something to people that you don't even know, right? And they're not going to be impressed in the first place. That the version of you that's earned the right to enjoy it properly comes a few years later, when the version of you is still building that thing and still growing it. Now, every single one of these principles falls apart though if you're not actually making money, if no money is actually coming into the business in the first place. And that's the piece that most young founders genuinely never get taught properly, right? It's about making money, growing money, building processes, building principles to actually continue to create that money, reinvest that money and grow the business. And none of it matters if you can't actually sell. Making money is all about selling at the end of the day. If you can't sell, it doesn't make a difference. And I'm not talking pitching or presenting, I'm talking selling. Getting somebody to say yes to you and pay. That's the one skill that makes every other principle here worth anything at all, because it's exactly that we cover in our framework, in our sales framework within the Business Simplified tool. It's a tool that we use to teach a clear, practical system for getting comfortable asking for sales and actually closing it, instead of just hoping that the work speaks for itself. It's a framework that I use within Spore Group. It's a framework that we give, interactive framework, completely free. Check out the description below, there's a little tool in there. Get your sales framework right and the sales will start coming and you can build on it from there. Now, as a young leader, you may be saying, yeah, but Chris, AI is taking everyone's jobs anyway. I could just create an agent and start going out there and selling these agents. Great, yeah, but let's think about where AI is going to be in the next few years. Thankfully, MIT have released a prediction here. There's 12 predictions from MIT regarding where AI is in the workplace. And trust me, their predictions are insane. And I've done a video on that, which you can check out here. Go see that. Have a look at those predictions. Honestly, change your life.